Welcome to the Healthy Eating video log, 188 pages of transitional raw vegan menu ideas, serving suggestions, and recipes. Greetings, this is Alea, and this is another episode of Healthy Eating. And today we're going to talk about pages 8 and 9. And in essence, we're talking about traveling with food and being a raw foodist or someone who is eating high raw. It's an interesting subject, and I've seen a lot of people sort of address it. I've played around with it for quite a bit now, and so I think I have some tips that might be of use to you. First of all, what to do the morning before. So the morning that you're going to leave for the airport, you know how hectic it is anyway. So my suggestion is the night before to do your green juice. So make up your green juice, make up your smoothie, put them in a jar, and stick them in the fridge. That way you can wake up in the morning and just chug it, and get on with the rest of the stuff that's needing to be done before you chase out of the door to head to the airport. I would say take your smoothie with you, chug your green juice, or maybe you can do it either way. It depends on how fast you drink your smoothie. Some people chew their smoothie and they take forever to finish it. If you're one of those, then I would say do your smoothie before you get to the airport. Do it on the way, chew on it on the way to the airport. You're going to have a 2-hour wait. Once you get through TSA and all that stuff, you're going to have 2 hours. So my suggestion is to mill around as much as you can, and then just before you go through the madness, go ahead and drink your green juice. Now this is going to give you enough nutrition as well as enough fiber, because you'll have done the smoothie and then your green juice. This will give you enough nutrition and enough fiber to last you for about 4 or 5 hours. So if you have a short flight, you're covered. If you have a longer flight, then I'm going to tell you of some things that you can do for the longer flight. The night before, I would suggest I've talked about this, but it's not in the book. So there is a drink that I started doing that is absolutely delicious, and it works really well for airports because you can make it up before you leave home and take your commuter cup with you. The airplanes will be more than happy to give you hot water in your commuter cup. So what you do is you take one of the little snack bags and you make a paste of 2 dates, 10 cashews, and a spoonful of masala mix. And you put it in your food processor or whatever and make it into a paste. That it can't be watery because then TSA has a fit. So it needs to be kind of solid, and then you can chuck it in with your lunch and it looks like a preserves. It kind of looks like chutney or something. But make sure it's smooth. So put enough water in there. You can use coconut water, but put enough water in there to make sure that it's smooth, because this is something that you're going to, once you get through TSA, you just cut a little hole in the edge of that bag and squeeze it into your commuter cup, and then go over to Starbucks or wherever and ask them for hot water. And then get your hot water in your commuter cup, stir it up, and you've got a very tasty beverage. It's got protein in it from the cashews, it's got your sugars in it from the dates, and the spices just make it taste good, and it tastes kind of like coffee. It's delicious. So that's what you can do after you get through TSA. Now, once you get on the plane, of course, you're stuck until the plane stops and you can get off and get to some place where there's decent food. So my suggestion is cut up fruit, dried fruit. Sometimes I do a trail mix of dried nuts, dehydrated dried nuts and seeds, and dried fruit in a little baggie so that I can munch, because they're going to give you those stupid little pretzels and you don't want those. So you have to have something that you can munch on, and nuts are really good for that. Also, any kind of I try to get fresh fruit if I can, and fresh vegetables if I can, because dried fruit and vegetables is, your body has to take its moisture in order to rehydrate these things, and so then that means you just need more water. So I try to get cut up fruits, regular fruit, instead of using dehydrated things. You can also cut up cucumbers, you can cut up bananas, you can take whole bananas. There's energy bars that you can make, and I'll tell you one recipe really quick. It's bananas and dates and nuts and coconut shredded. And it's so simple. I can just tell you how to do it now. You take your bananas and your dates and you smoosh them all together. You can do this even if you don't have a food processor, and then you put your nuts and your seeds in there and smoosh that all together. Break it up into little balls, roll it around in your hands and make little balls about yay big. Roll it in shredded coconut and put it in a baggie. That is a really nutrient-dense snack that you can have on the plane, and it's a good energy bar. You can also, if you want real food, because all of this is snacky, and so if you're like going, yeah, but I want something real, I want everybody else is going to be sitting around me eating chicken and yucky sandwiches and whatever the stuff is that they heat up that makes it smell so good, but that if you put that stuff in your stomach, you're going to be in pain the next day. So the thing that you can do and take with you and be able to use on the plane, if you take a styrofoam plate with you, they have them in the supermarket because they package things in them, so just get one of those little styrofoam flat plates, and then in a baggie. Baggies are your best friend, because they don't take up much space, and when you get done with them, you can toss them. I know this is not ecologically friendly, but it works. So you can shred zucchini, sprinkle a little bit of salt in it, and squeeze a lemon over it. So this gives you your noodles. And then make up in another little snack baggie your spaghetti sauce or your Alfredo sauce, whatever, and there's recipes for those in the book, and take those with you, and a few tomatoes that you can cut up, that are cut up, and you just put your noodles on your plate and squeeze your Alfredo sauce over it, sprinkle your tomatoes over it, and you've got a delicious, nutritious spaghetti Alfredo dish that is good for you and tastes good. And all of this keeps without refrigeration for a few hours. You can't go for several days with this without refrigeration, but for a few hours it's fine. I don't want this video to go too long, so I'm going to do a separate video on how to survive in a hotel room without refrigeration. But for now, this gets you from your front door, through the airport, on the plane, and off the plane. And I say err on the side of caution and take more food than you need. You never know when you're going to get held over in the airport, miss a flight, have the plane be late, all of those different things. You really don't want to be like, oh God, I'm starving, what is there to eat? Because if they let you off the plane for whatever reason and you have to go back into the airport, chances are there's no food in there. So you need to have your food with you. And this has been the way that I have dealt with it. I do hope that this is helpful for you. And if you have questions, please feel free to send me an email. My email address is aleighland@yahoo.com. That's AleighAGHLAND@yahoo.com. And I'll be more than happy to share with you any other things that I know, or if there's anything about this that's not clear, or if you have questions about things that are in the book. The book is Healthy Eating, and the link is down below as to where you can get it if you're watching this on YouTube. If you are watching it on Blip TV, please send me an email and I will send you the link for getting the book. Have a great day, and until I see you next time, stay healthy.